Okay, so now really ain't the time to talk, so I'm gonna try to keep it quick. After many hours of walking, the gang and I arrived at Themis' warehouse. Snøfrid, with that huge brain of hers, thought to turn into a cloud and snuck her way in, scoping out the place ahead. After gathering intel, we got filled in on the sitch and got to stealthing our way in. And there we saw Cedric, got the skinny on the setup, and we finally got reunited with our buddy Hesk. If only it was that easy. Hesk isn't there anymore. Not our Hesk anyway.
And welcome back to the Jester's Court. My name is Casey Reardon. I am your Dungeon Master, and joining me today, as always, we have Rachel Kordell.
Alwyn. Sorry, I'm so tired. I don't know how to say my name. Take two. Artemis, Alwyn, Kroft, and I got 2 hours of sleep today.
All right, all that's staying in then.
The whole thing. That's all I wanted.
There you go, baby.
All right, great. Running off of no sleep. That's because we never stop recording.
Please send someone.
Sky Swanson.
Last week you did Andrew before me. Stop changing this shit
I will
up.
change it every time.
I am playing Renald DuCane, serving a Greek moussaka with a starter of stuffed grape leaves and spanakopita. And also, brother, Ashland Avenger Hesk.
Ooh. Ashland Avenger. Very cool.
Absolutely.
We have Andrew Frost.
Hey, I play the soon-to-be fainting goat, Leo.
Ooh. Also good. Good.
That's really good.
Thank you.
And we have Jonas Tintenseher.
Snøfrid Åsbrush, the one-woman wrecking ball.
Ooh, wait, haven't you already done that?
I don't think so.
I think you already did that.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's in my list of intros to be used.
I swear to God, I remember you calling yourself a wrecking ball at one point. Maybe it was just in an episode.
I think I did it in episode. That's why I wrote it down for future.
That's why it threw me
that
off.
could be the case. That
I
could be the case.
wrong. I could be wrong. We've done 60 of these.
If you
Post in the
don't
comments.
keep your accent this whole time, I'm just gonna be upset now.
Okay, I guess I'm doing the accent the whole episode.
Keep the ball rolling.
I wrote down, at one point I did go and listen to the start of every episode and write down the intros I used, so I hope I didn't make a mistake or else I have to do it again.
I haven't written down a single one, so, I have you guys to keep me honest.
I feel like your mind is so chaotic, Sky, that there's no possible way you would come up with another one. Or there's no way you could double up.
I don't know. I probably said slurp slurp a couple times. Or
that's fair.
Or death sandwich has come up a lot.
Yeah. All right, that's fair.
Renald DuCane, desk baguette.
So, we're in quite a predicament here as Snøfrid and Leo have moved up towards Hesk, who is hooked up to all of these different wires.
Hate it.
That are hooked up to some machine in this warehouse that Themis is set up in. Artemis and Renald have gone off to kind of keep tabs on Themis to make sure that she doesn't barge in on this act. However, they did hear Hesk talking back to Leo and Snøfrid. So Themis, presumably, is now on her way, as Hesk has slowly revealed that he is not quite the same as he was the last time that our party has seen him. So I think we should probably... yes?
That's not presumable. She's following me. I hate it. Go away.
She can't see you.
Get out of here. Shoo!
I know, but I can see her, so it's not presumable. Presumably. No, definitely. I'm running away.
Definitely. Oh, I see. I see. Yes, of course.
I think you can presume things that are true.
I mean, yeah,
Good point.
there's always an air of mystery, and I there's no mystery here.
Sure.
Just pain.
Pain
from our knowledge.
It's terrible.
I think we're going to go ahead and start the scene, not with Themis making her way over, because that's, inevitable. But we're going to jump back into the scene with Leo, Snøfrid, and Hesk. And I believe Cedric is also with you.
He's like on a shelf or something.
Yeah.
One of the things that Hesk said was that Chaos could open the gates of knowledge for Snøfrid and show her the secrets she's been looking for. And I think hearing everything, his whole spiel...
We got you on board. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Snøfrid looks genuinely like... There's a moment of that does sound nice. And then it kind of sinks into pensive, weighing options here. And Snøfrid kind of just slowly reach into her bag and pull out her code sphere. And she just kind of starts idly fiddling with it. So maybe Hess can hear some twists and snaps, and is like, Chaos could really do all of that? That's what they promised you?
They have promised me much, and the answers you seek are there, my friends. I do not like this cold void that stands between us. I would like to look upon you and see the visages I have missed in your absence.
You know what, Hesk? I agree.
No.
And
Leo, say something, Leo!
3 things then happen. The first thing is that I send a telepathic message to Artemis, which I can do now as a Hexblood.
Yep.
Because I gave you my hair. Something frantic and quick, but something like, get Renald to use the lyre on Hesk. He's under control. The second thing that happens is I mentally also reach out to the spirit that's guiding me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
okay.
I hope you see this the same way I do, but if not, I'm sorry. And then the third thing that happens is I'm going to cast a repulsion wave on the machine, specifically avoiding getting Hesk in it. So I'm just going to try and basically smash the machine apart with concussive force.
Holy good God.
And I think that doesn't count as doing harm, but if the spirit disagrees with me, I will make a con save to try and hold on to them.
It does disagree. So first things first, we are going to go ahead and roll that. What is the wording of repulsion wave? Is it an attack roll? Is it a...
creatures make a save. It does 66 force damage and pushes... I can say push or pull, but I'm saying push because I want to smash on the wall. Pushes things 15 feet. So hopefully it just kind of gets blasted apart is my goal.
Okay. So you twist your code sphere, that final click, as this repulsion wave emanates from it, just reverberating throughout the room. Artemis and Renald, you hear this coming from down the hall right towards where the area that both Snøfrid and Leo are, along with Hesk and Cedric.
Oh no.
The repulsion wave goes out. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
Oh God.
Please no.
I'm not. I don't roll damage good. Oh, that's above average. That's 24 force damage.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh my God.
At least it was worth something.
I rolled nothing lower than a 3 on those dice. They know that this matters.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This repulsion wave goes against the machine. You can see the metal start to bend. I think maybe even a wire or two snaps off of Hesk's back, and he screams out in pain. And as he does so, you feel that spirit trying to pull away from you.
Not yet.
You can go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw. Sorry, not Constitution. It's a Charisma saving throw.
Oh. Are you sure?
I'm sure that's much better.
No.
I'm sure that's much
in my
better
notes.
for our awkward horse.
It's in my notes.
Well, I spent my inspiration.
Okay, you did get an inspiration at the end of last episode. That's true.
Nice.
And with the inspiration, I got a total of 9.
That
I'm a
spirit
-2.
is gone.
Who saw this going right?
I mean, it could still... This isn't the worst case scenario.
I know, but this is I'm so stressed.
So as the machine behind Hesk starts to kind of bend. You can hear the metal wind. That spirit tugs away from you and rips out as you take 14 points of necrotic damage. And Leo and Hesk, both in front of your eyes, you can see Snøfrid slowly starting to appear in her material form.
As I see that I am being revealed and I feel this pain and nothing... The machine does not appear to be rubble. I go, okay, plan B, and I start running away.
Everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Yep.
Oh,
Lord.
I actually did well on initiative for once.
Okay, 20 and up.
Andrew?
Keep going.
Oh,
Okay, 20.
20 for Snøfrid.
16 for Renald.
15.
what?
I rolled a 2. I have plus 13.
Leo. I think Leo is just shocked at this entire encounter right now.
Not that much shock, to be fair.
For Leo, it's pretty shocked.
It was for someone with the alert feat. He's pretty surprised.
Artemis, what'd you end up with?
11.
11,
Also,
great.
I just want to say, you sent me a message telepathically to tell Renald to use the lyre.
There is a spell on the lyre that aids in removing charmed and domination effects.
Does Renald not have your hair? Is that
Correct.
why
I
you...
can only give it to one person.
okay.
I was wondering. I was like, why didn't you just tell Renald directly?
Yeah. It just kind of connected for me. Sorry. Okay.
I was a little bit confused too. I'm not gonna lie.
Explain to the audience and ourselves.
Yeah, as a hexblood, I can remove an eerie token from my head or body and give it to someone, and then I can send them messages and look through their senses sometimes.
Well, I don't
that's
think it's
fun.
eerie. I think you have very nice hair.
So, this explosion goes out. Snøfrid, you are now revealed to Hesk. And Hesk, I think your eyes just kind of narrow in on Snøfrid. Snøfrid has harmed you. Whether intentional or not, it has happened. And you were trying to extend a hand here. Artemis and Renald, I think kind of one of the first things that happens, just so that we're all kind of in the same place here, is you guys are rushing into the room and you see Snøfrid, and you know that Themis is kind of right behind. And you see Snøfrid is now currently revealed in her current state.
Can we say that in the time, since the message was given to me, I told Renald to...
That's fine, yeah,
You
to
said-
have
okay,
it ready.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Renald is, he's got the case on the ground. He's trying to undo the clasp.
He's struggling with the flip clips.
Normally,
He starts tuning it.
I have time to set up normally. This is ad hoc. I don't do street performances.
I mean, I used to have a phone app for this. Where to go?
Snøfrid, you are the first to go.
So as I shimmer into existence, I see that Hesk screams. That does make me feel very bad. But this is a new reckless Snøfrid who thinks that she has it figured out and she's doing the right thing. So I will activate my Blade Song.
Okay.
As I already have my Code Sphere out, I twist it apart. The Gorget pops up with the harmonica, and as it does, and I play the little riff, I say to Hesk, you taught me how to do this. I know that's not you right now. And then I will attempt, and I don't think this is going to work, but I think it's what Snøfrid would do. I will attempt to cast Dispel Magic on Hesk.
You reach out with your magic, trying to sense anything, any kind of mind control or charm effect on Hesk, and you reach out into his mind to try and dispel that. And as you do so, the spell fizzles. Because there is nothing there to dispel.
Oh.
Okay, that's my spell slot then.
Oh.
Okay, well, the other spell might still work. Might not. Probably not, but Snøfrid wouldn't know. So, go, okay, hard way at this. And then I turn and run away. Just gonna start dodging and weaving through the shelves.
You start running out of this area.
You get an opportunity attack if you want one.
I don't think Hesk would take it.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
Okay, that's good to know.
However, as you start running out of the room, instantly Themis and the wet gnome rush in as well. Hesk, what was that?
What was that horse-shaped blur?
I think Hesk grips the table next to him, almost like bending the metal, and hauls himself up. Is it Hesk's turn, or is this just a Is this just
This is dialogue.
Okay, then. My allies are here. I will convince them to join us. There is no reason to harm them. They do not know what they do.
As you say that your companions are here, Themis's eyes go wide, and she seems incredibly nervous knowing that they're here. You see that she reaches into her kind of sparkly, scintillating robes that she has on and pulls out a small little remote and clicks a button on it. As she does so, 3 drones drop out of panels in the ceiling and start hovering in the room around you. And she says, Fine, we don't have time. The drones will find them. I need you to protect us. We have the ingredient. We need to finish the brew.
Hess just nods her and then, addresses just the open air, basically, and simply, is Snøfrid out of sight, or can I see Snøfrid still?
I am 50 feet away. You could start shouting and I'd hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, he just shouts out to anyone who can hear him. He says, this does not need to end in bloodshed, friends. We can talk this out. I will forgive that transgression that was just done against me. If only you come and talk.
And as you shout this out to what appears to Themis and the gnome as just an empty space, the gnome reaches up to one of the shelves and grabs this large cauldron and just throws it on the ground. Themis hits another button on the remote, and this shield of energy starts emanating from part of that tech wall that Snøfrid had blasted that you are hooked up to. And it envelops both the gnome and Themis as they link arms over the cauldron and start chanting. You can see Themis pulling out that last ingredient and throwing it into the cauldron as well. That is both the gnome and Themis's turn in the initiative here, so that brings us to Renald.
Renald will kind of go and run into the room and be like, what do I do? What is the play here?
God, I don't know.
Snøfrid is said to use the however you pronounce it. The lyre on the big lizard, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But
Mechanically, Jonas, what do you want me to do?
yeah.
I suspect it will not help at this point, but there's a chance. The spell Protection from Evil and Good protects against charm and possession by celestials.
Okay, but the Dispel magic didn't work.
The Dispel magic, but that doesn't mean... That only means that it wasn't a spell or effect. It could still be a possession.
Which is a little black in the eyeballs.
I'm not really confident, but I'm in character, right? Snøfrid doesn't understand.
If you are giving Renald that command, then yeah, he'll use a charge from the lyre and will cast Protection from Evil and Good on Hesk.
So you pluck from the lyre, casting that spell out towards Hesk. And Hesk, I guess you feel this strange sort of warmth coming from somewhere. Maybe you're the only one who can really hear that note that's being plucked from the lyre. And maybe you kind of try and hone in on where it came from. But other than that, you don't feel any different.
Okay.
Mechanically, it'll give it advantage on any new save he has to make if that happens, which I don't think it will.
Okay, and then I guess Renald will move further into the room.
Yeah.
Try and see what's going on in that cauldron.
Is little Hesk with Hesk, or?
Yeah, sure, why not? Little Hesk is still on his shoulder.
I actually was going to bring him up at some point in the fight.
That's so good.
Renald, you step up trying to get a good look inside the cauldron, but as you get within 10 feet of Themis and Irma, you just kind of almost bounce off of that shield that is surrounding them.
Oh, shit. Okay, and I think that's just going to be my turn.
Okay.
He's invisible still, you know?
Yeah. No, that's smart.
That is going to bring us to Leo.
I think Leo's taking everything in because a lot just happened within the last minute. Shit, I don't know. I don't know right now how that computer is generating the shield. Could I do like an investigation to see, or?
Yeah, you can try and investigate. And I think as you go up to try and investigate this machine that Hesk is hooked up to, Hesk's head is following you, as if he can see you, or at least know where you are.
Oh, okay. I know why. At least I think I know why.
I don't know why.
He can feel the ground, man.
He's got blind
sight.
He's got 10 feet blind sight.
Oh, thank you for explaining that for the rest of us.
All right, so let me make an investigation on the machine. Oh, it's going to be a 22 on the roll.
So whatever energy is being siphoned off of Hesk here, that is used to power whatever contraption is within this wall, is also being used to emanate this force field around Themis and Irma, the very wet gnome.
Okay.
Disconnect your surroundings.
Basically. I think Leo's going to try to move himself a little past Hesk and closer to the cauldron, kind of realizing where that wall is from Renald's bounce off, and just kind of hug himself along that for now, and hold an action. I will end it there.
Okay. That will bring us to Artemis.
Okay. Again, because I still feel like we're all just kind of trying to get a grasp of what exactly to do in the situation.
Snøfrid is the only one who thinks she's in a combat right now.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Because you're the only one who's visible.
And we could probably hear you running away too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, I want to use thaumaturgy to create the sounds of footsteps moving around the space for 4 people.
Ooh.
Okay.
Moving in varying directions at random times. It lasts for a minute and it doesn't have concentration. So just to kind of, create some sound everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start casting this spell, and Themis and Irma are both looking around, trying to pinpoint where the sounds of those feet are coming from. But they are mostly focused on the chanting that they are doing. They are not planning on leaving the area. You can see some of the drones maybe are hovering near those sounds, but they can't sense anything there. Okay.
I can see Leo, right? Like I know we've kind of described that we can kind of see each other.
You know where you are, yeah.
Yeah. What is the radius on this shield that they have around them?
10 feet.
Would I be able to move around it to move through that space? Because
yeah, you can get around them.
Okay. I guess, yeah, then I'm just going to move closer just to kind of get to where the rest of the party is. Just kind of get the grounds. What are we dealing with here?
Okay, so you start making your way over towards the rest of the party after having tried to cast that distraction.
If I'm actually that close, I would like to, against the wall, just hug this wall here to the best of my abilities. There's
Yeah, you're basically right up against one of those giant shelves that are making up the walls of this warehouse, kind of trying to squeeze by the force field around Themis and Irma and that particular shelf.
Yes.
Just kind of holding your breath almost.
Yes, I am.
Cedric is going to kind of duck into the shelving and try and hide. He's kind of waiting on your cue to see what to do, as he is not invisible. He didn't roll great. That is going to bring us to the top of round. Actually, not quite. Hesk.
Always in the last.
What? Hesk has a turn?
Of course Hesk has a turn. Themis, hearing those footfalls that Artemis has created with the thaumaturgy, calls out to Hesk and says, Hesk, now would be the time to get ready for a fight in case there is one. I know you want to convince them, but maybe by show of force.
I think Hesk would step forward a little bit towards Leo and sees through his own senses what he's doing and is just looking dead on you.
Leo, my friend, I know you came a long way for me, and I am here. Things are different now, but it doesn't have to be this way. But if you press another button, flick another switch, you will stand between me and my goals. And you know what happens to those people.
You know what, Hesk? You're right. You've changed. But the thing is, we've changed too. And I'm going to put my gauntlet up against the machine and cast Eldritch Blast.
Yay!
Yeah!
You cast Eldritch Blast against the machine. Go ahead and roll some damage.
Oh boy, let's see how I squander this.
No, you're gonna do great. Just do great. Just do it.
Just be good. Just be fine.
Do you have Agonizing Blast by any chance?
No, just 5 damage.
5?
Yeah,
Okay.
there it is.
You blast the machine. Once again, this kind of pulse goes down the wires into Hesk, and I need you to make that charisma save to try and hold on if you want to hold on.
Out of here.
Actually, no. Regardless, you have to make the charisma save.
I was gonna say, just Velma, go see Eliza. Thank you. And
It's too late. You've already cast the damage, my friend.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
You cast
No,
the
he's
spell.
saying thank you,
He's
basically.
saying, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He's just being nice, Casey. Don't you know understand being polite to the ghost inside
I understand.
How dare you?
you? We call that self-care.
Sorry.
Yeah.
16 for the save.
Okay. A 16 is a pass. So you're going to take half of this damage because it is still kind of ripping a little bit at your soul.
That's fair.
Oh boy, of course I roll.
We can do
Very
this
high.
without. We can release them without.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
all right.
chose a poor order.
So you're going to take 8 points of necrotic damage. As you become revealed, Hesk, you are just, I think, upset and a little disappointed that he hasn't followed the path. The path that you know is right here. And
Yeah, I think what we get is this shot, where it's Hesk is filling the entire background of a shot on Leo, and he just simply says to you, "Wrong choice."
And all of a sudden, Hesk groans a little bit, maybe from the damage that was taken, but he starts pulling back against the wall, almost as if the wires are pulling him in. And suddenly the wall and the machinery against it slowly starts clasping over him bit by bit until slowly it starts twisting into a new shape.
Mecha Hesk.
A familiar shape.
God.
As the mechanical dragon, now with Hesk sitting at its core, stands before you. Green energy starts emanating from the mechanical beast and starts coalescing in a line that follows through the air and leads to that shield around Themis and Irma.
Oh my God, Hesk is a Jaeger pilot. This is insane.
Wait. With what space is this mecha dragon in? Because this was a giant dragon, right? So
Yes, it was the wall. It had basically composed the machinery that was the wall. Snøfrid and Leo have both done damage to it, but now Hesk is in the form of the dragon. The dragon was not initially in this form at this time until right now.
Were we looking at like one of those like first gen computers that were literally like an entire wall?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Completing the picture for me. Thank you.
No problem. That, however, is going to be Hesk's turn. Now, we are in the top of round 2, and I'm going to explain a little bit how this can work here. Now that combat has kind of started with Leo being very much in the mix here, with Snøfrid running away and with these drones out to possibly get the both of them. Snøfrid and Irma right now are fairly well protected by this barrier that is surrounding them.
Themis and Irma.
Themis and Irma are currently pretty protected behind this barrier that is protecting them, that is emanating from the mechanical dragon with Hesk at its heart. So it's going to be difficult to damage them without destroying this mechanical dragon. However, it might still be possible. However, I've implemented something other than just hit points to Themis. I have also introduced loyalty points.
Ooh.
Because we are trying to sway Themis away from chaos. When her current loyalty points hit her current hit points is when she's going to turn. So you could only take down her loyalty points, or you can take down both. And when she's right at that mix is when she's probably going to turn.
So we could beat her into a new religion?
Correct. That's how it usually works in real life,
I think they had a lot of crusades like this.
Yeah, historically very accurate.
The way that taking down loyalty points is going to work is you can use a bonus action to say something that will help convince her that she is in the wrong here. This bonus action, depending on how you want to flavor it, whether you use abilities to enhance it, which you can also do, as long as they take an action or movement, that will determine kind of how many dice you roll to take down loyalty points. But that is a bonus action. So you can still attack the things that are physically around you and go after loyalty points.
Rad. Thank you, Casey. This is great.
This is cool.
I'm excited.
But we are at the top of round 2 now, and it is the bot's turn. It is fortunate that they were not out at the beginning of all of this happening, but one of them is going to fly off in the direction of where it assumes footprints are. The two of them that see an enemy are going to go after Leo. So I'm going to roll percentile dice to see if they follow the correct set of footprints and go towards actual Snøfrid, or they go towards the thaumaturgy that Artemis had cast, because that was a good spell.
I'm so happy I thought of that.
Clever. Good on you, kiddo.
There is a 20% chance that this drone is going in the right direction. All right?
Sure.
Bless.
Sure.
20 and lower is going to go towards Snøfrid.
Roll high, roll high.
Roll high.
That is a 46.
Yeah. There we go. Casey rolls high on percentile. Roll high.
It's true.
Roll them up, roll them down, roll high.
But these other two drones, seeing an actual enemy in front of them, are going to fly in here. They don't have to move too far. Each one of these drones whips out a small prod that scorches the air with a bit of lightning, as well as you could hear the sounds of machinery moving as a round cylinder starts to glow with a red energy, poised to fire. Both of them pointed at Leo. So they are going to try and fire at Leo with these blasters. That is going to be a 17 to hit, Leo.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. So Leo, that is going to be 17 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
As it scorches you with this blaster.
How long can you dodge it?
Okay, you dodge that one. The second one, also a 17 to hit.
Yeah, I already used my reaction, so I'll take damage.
Okay. That is going to be 17 points of fire damage.
All right. So I'm already at 25. Awesome. Cool. Everything's going great.
The other one is flying around the warehouse looking for Snøfrid. Speaking of which, Snøfrid, it is your turn. You could hear these blaster fires. You heard like the scraping of this massive metal machine behind you. What do you do?
Yeah, that changed a lot of what I was going to do. I have no cool things I can do in that case. I will come back and I will attack the dragon. We're going to cast a... That's not worth it.
I think it's worth it.
I don't
think it's worth it. Go for it.
I don't think it is. I'm going to cast...
Ray of Frost.
How many... Okay, of the dragon, Themis and Irma, and the two drones, I have a 10-foot radius sphere, so a 20-foot sphere. How many of those things can I put in that sphere?
All
so
of them.
you can get Themis, Irma, and a drone, or you can get Themis, Irma, the dragon, and Leo.
Yeah, I don't want to hit Leo.
So long as it can get through the magical barrier that's protecting them.
I'm going to cast magnetic compression on Themis, Irma, and the drone. So they need to make con saves.
Okay.
And as for the shield, I mean, I don't know what goes through it. It's a compression of gravity.
Yeah, I feel like that might be able to make it through.
Cool.
First, Themis. Themis got 12.
Fail?
Okay. Irma got a 21.
Yep, that's fine. I don't care about her that much, honestly.
And the drone, 18.
That's a success. So Themis will take... Oh, again, good damage. Themis will take 19 force damage.
Okay, Themis is taking 19 force damage as she is... Is she like... It's gravity, right? So she lifted up and
for me,
thrown
it's
down?
magnetism. So
right.
I don't know. It's in this space. It's kind of the same. There's a lot of metal around. I think she's just kind of generally compressed.
I think you move the cauldron a little bit and it hits her in the knees.
Yeah.
For how much damage?
It squeezes the remote in her right pocket against her leg, and the cauldron on the other side, and she goes, my knees. 19 on Themis, and so
19.
9 on the drone and Irma.
And 9 on the drone and Irma. So Irma and Themis both need to make concentration checks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Themis got a 19, and Irma got a 11. So it is a success.
Damn. Okay. As a bonus action, is this kind of like a skill challenge thing where we can use different things because I don't have charisma?
It doesn't have to be charisma. Basically, I'm going to be determining what damage dice you roll for this based off of kind of what you're doing. So it's going to be more of like up to interpretation kind of thing.
So I am going to hold up. Oh, the food. We never identified the food.
Oh, no. Just take a bite. That was something great.
I am going to
Just go for it.
I mean, we had downtime. We never talked about it.
Do you want me to
never
tell you what
talked.
the food is? I can tell you what the food is.
Yeah, I was gonna
What's the
say.
food?
great.
What's the
What's
food,
the
Casey?
food?
Renald
Yeah, we
would
said
have
we were gonna do that.
absolutely examined
Yeah, we have
the
Renald.
food.
We have a chef, of
You
course.
got a chef
Of course
with
you'd
you.
have knowledge of what the food is.
Man
This
flesh.
is a tasty sandwich.
Man flesh.
Possibly from a desk.
flesh.
Back on the menu, boys.
Okay.
These are... So there's basically 6 different morsels, I believe I said. They are going to act as little bits of preservation herself. And the way that is going to work is they act kind of like a potion of advantage, but only on saving throws and ability checks.
Oh, cool.
Potions of
not on-
advantage. Okay.
Not on attack rolls.
Still handy.
Okay. I did my action for the turn, so I can't drink one of those. I'm going to bonus action say to Themis. I'm going to just hold up one of those pieces of food just in the hopes that she recognizes it as magically preserved. Basically, I'm going to say, these gods were here 1,000 years ago, and their influence still shines bright. Do you really think that this one guy with a bunch of obelisks has figured this out in the way that no one else has in more than 1,000 years? Come on. He's just playing you.
Ooh, good words. Good words.
She is much older than you think.
Oh, it's a she. Ooh, it is Lucy.
It's Lucy. God damn it. Those goblin fries. That's the only reason they're so
Not
good.
the goblin fries.
What do you want to roll for it?
History.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll history.
Natural 20, baby.
Let's go, baby.
27 total.
27. Very nice. Okay. With that and with what you said, go ahead and roll me. Let's say
10d10. She's done. She's super old, but that's a good point.
I'm gonna say go ahead and roll 2d8
Ooh,
Dude, all right.
10 damage
10?
to her loyalty.
loyalty damage. Okay.
that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, I should probably do this the other way around. That way, it's easier to know when they meet. I should count up on loyalty instead of down.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so you call out to Themis. She sees you. She sees this fruit that has been preserved by preservation herself, and she is getting rattled. You can see in her face that she was nervous from the moment that she knew that you were here. She knows what you did with the talisman.
Yeah.
She knows that you have been here and have been thwarting her for a very long time, even without necessarily knowing it. And she is still trying to focus very hard on this cauldron that she is casting over. All right, after Snøfrid's turn, it is Irma's. Irma is going to continue maintaining concentration on this cauldron. However, she quickly spares a glance to you, Snøfrid, and Leo as well, because you are within line of sight of her. And her appearance flashes from this kind of reserved and nervous looking gnome into this horrendous appearance that almost makes you want to run away in fear. And I need you both to make wisdom saving throws. Actually, everyone within 30 feet of her who can see her, which is everyone, needs to do that, because although she can't see you, you can see
jeez.
that ghastly appearance kind of appear on her face.
While the form does change, one thing remains. She is wet.
She is still very wet, yes.
Oh, I can't wait with my minus 2 to this save. That's a 9, baby.
Okay, 9 from Renald. Andrew, you don't look too happy.
He rolled a 0.
I'm out of the building.
That's 0, okay. Artemis,
26.
20. You're fine.
That's also
Yeah.
a fail, believe it or not.
14.
And a 14. Okay. Renald and Leo are the only two that failed, and you are frightened.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
No.
You are. This is her horrific appearance. So you are frightened for 1 minute.
Wonderful.
You can
only move away from them, can't attack them, or I think you can, but it's disadvantage.
You can attack, but it's disadvantage.
Yeah.
You can't move closer to your source of fear.
Yeah.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turn with disadvantage if the hag is still within line of sight. And you end it on a successful save. If you succeeded, which 2 of you did, you are immune to it. Andrew, technically, because you can't be surprised, you could choose to avert your eyes to avoid making the initial saving throw.
Yes.
Because you can't be surprised. However, your attack rolls against her have disadvantage.
Fine,
because
that's
you can't
fine
look
with
at her.
me.
Good trade-off. Good trade-off.
I see. Okay, so only Renald is a coward.
But it's not, it doesn't sound like it's the kind of fear where you have to run away.
It's not, no.
Oh, okay. Okay, rad.
Okay. And then she goes back, focusing on the cauldron, holding hands across it with Themis, which will bring us to Themis's turn. And she is just fully focused on this casting, trying to have it happen faster. And she is speeding up her speech. You can see that she's trying to get Irma to speed up her speech as well as they continue to cast the spell. That brings us to Renald.
Okay, that was very freaky. Guys, are we attacking the big lizard?
That's what I'm figuring now. Big Lizard, I think, controls the shield? I don't know.
I don't know how to communicate this without like we don't know about loyalty points. But I think Snøfrid.
We know we're trying to.
We're trying to convince her. Yeah.
We went in going. We're trying.
Yeah.
We want to. Yeah. So we're trying to convince her. Yeah.
I would say out loud, Themis is the key. Themis is the key.
You are right. I know just the way to convince her, and I try and feed her a deviled egg.
You try and reach through the barrier, and the deviled egg does not go through.
Mushing it on the force wall.
It gets mushed into the force wall, and Renald's like, I can work with this. Don't you see what chaos is doing? Such good food sent to waste. If only you would join the other side.
Sure, this could be your bonus action. What do you want to roll for this?
I think
chef's utensils proficiency.
I think that's a chef's utensils proficiency.
Sure, why not? Let's go for it.
Casey's just mentally like ratcheting up the DC. Just every word is going up and up and up.
What skill should that be tied to? And I have
knowledge cooking.
I think it should be charisma cooking.
Yeah,
persuade. Yeah,
It could also be dexterity.
Let's make it charisma.
Get that folding technique going, you know?
Charisma? All right.
Yeah.
But then you really have to fold
I'll
deviled
end
egg.
up with a +5 to this.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Good season.
That's a 12 total.
Kind of bad.
That's kind of bad.
Seasoning's not the best, but
With a 12
I
total.
have advantage. I'm going to roll with advantage.
You're
I
using
have inspiration.
Inspiration. All right, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Inspired argument.
That's a 21!
Oh, that's incredible.
22? 23. That's a 23.
23. All right. Well, with a 23 and you kind of just smudge it. She can't really tell what's going on because you're still invisible. You have yet to actually attack.
Just an egg gets smeared against the wall out of nowhere. And a voice.
And she hears that voice and she says,
Who the hell is this?
Chaos is... honestly, I don't know how to respond to this.
She's just so
We
confused.
are winning her with confusion.
Go ahead and roll me a d8.
A D8? Why?
I mean, because this was a very confusing argument.
4.
A 4. Okay.
And then I will cast... I don't know. I feel like I should cast a spell, maybe. What spell should I cast? I cast Wall of Fire between us and the dragon. I'll set it up so it won't hurt anyone when I cast it. However, the wall will hurt them.
That's not exactly how that works.
The thing is, exactly how it works.
So you're setting it up so that when the wall of fire initially appears, it doesn't hurt anybody, so it's not going through anybody.
Yep,
Okay.
just going
In order to do
between...
Can you delay that?
No, it's happening right now.
In order to do that, Renald, you need to lock Leo in there with Hesk.
I will offer alternative. You could also ring the fire around Themis and Irma, and then it would be doing damage to them every turn.
I mean, that would just make the potion hotter and it would just cook faster.
No, but it could burn the potion.
Logic.
It could also burn it. You're right. Let's turn up the heat. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'll do that.
You make your
I'll
choice.
suffer the consequences. I appear. I cast Wall of Fire, make a circle around them and that drone. I don't know how this is working right now. Can I even do that?
If you cast this around them, that is hitting Artemis, who we had stated was squeezed up between the rack and the barrier.
Right, so you can ready it, and then as soon as...
Yeah, I'm in motion. I'm not actually standing still.
Yeah, I'll wait my action.
Okay, you hold your action. That brings us to Leo.
Okay, 2 questions.
Yes,
First question, can I see what part of the dragon is generating said shield?
it is Hesk.
It is Hesk himself. All right. So
He's like Bella Swan.
it's just like a beam shooting out from Hesk.
I mean, it's basically transferring through him and coming out of a part of the dragon, but you know that it is coming from him.
Okay. Part 2 of that question is, would you consider that part it's getting channeled through a worn item?
No, it is the construct.
It is the construct itself. Okay.
It's not enough. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Well, I think I'm going to do this anyway because I should. So I'm going to use one of my charges from my Ring of the Ram.
Okay.
And I will expend said charge to make an attack at Hesk.
Whoa, you're attacking Hesk?
Gotta beat some sense into you, buddy. I'm sorry.
Okay. What is it? A saving throw? Is it?
It's attack roll.
It's an attack roll. Great.
So it's
+7.
+7 bonus, so I'll just make a normal attack roll, because that's my normal bonus. It's only a 12.
A 12 isn't going to do it. You hold out the Ring of the Ram and basically try and push it forward into this mechanical dragon, and one of the massive metal wings comes down and just takes the brunt of that force damage and whips back behind Hesk and does not seem to injure it at all. Unless there is a half damage thing for it.
Nah, you have to make the hit, unfortunately.
Okay.
See, I was hoping I could use the other part of it, which is you can expend one of the 3... you can spend 1 to 3 of the charges as an action to try to break an object you can see within 60 feet that isn't being worn or carried. But, I mean, the dragon's basically being worn.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'll use my bonus action to, I guess, hide, because there's a lot of clutter in this room, and it should be pretty easy to do that.
Fair enough.
Although there is a blind sight dragon now.
Yeah, but the drones won't attack you, so that's good.
Yeah. I will dive into the pile of garbage.
Okay, you dive into the pile of garbage.
Like a true hero you are.
Go ahead and make that stealth check for me.
Will do. Wow, I should just not roll today. 6.
Ooh, yeah, that's not great.
I don't think I've succeeded anything. Except
you are trying to maybe get a little comfortable in all of this scrap and in these boxes, and are just making a bunch of noise as you do so.
Oh god.
That will bring us to Artemis's turn.
Okay. I was thinking of, so basically what I'm kind of considering is for this turn, I want to move towards Hesk, say something to Themis, and wild shape into something small enough to get into the mechanism of the dragon. I want to go chew on some wires, basically.
Interesting.
I would not actually, I don't think I would get to chewing the wires, but...
Not this turn, no, that would be an attack.
I guess I'm kind of I'm like, that plan sounds kosher, right? Like, that could all work out.
The last time we fought this dragon, I wanted a way to disable it as a construct in case it was like, no, it's a creature. So I don't think going inside it is going to get you much except a lot of damage.
Well,
but the rest of your plan seems good.
Hesk might be into it, though.
Well, except for the fact that, I'm not necessarily sure if I'm dismantling the thing itself as much as I'm trying to disconnect Hesk from...
Disconnect Hesk? Yeah, maybe. Could be.
Because he had wires and stuff on him, and that would be, within the mechanism of whatever is around him.
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
You can wild shape into something small enough to get in there. Sure. Mm-hmm. Figuring out where you are in there is not going to be an easy task, because you are going to be a very small thing in a maze of wires and metal with no stars to guide you.
Maybe we bite on every wire along the way. I had 3 responses to that. One was like, well, I'm a navigator, so I'll figure it out. 2
All
was,
these stars within the construct are gonna help me get around.
I mean,
I heard tale of a legendary traveler in a galaxy far, far away who navigated by the lights on Darth Vader's chest, right into his lightsaber.
Look, the North Star. We go this way.
2 was what I just said, just biting every wire along the way. And then 3 was like, what if I just like Ant-Man Themis?
Oh. Uh-huh.
And that's not the goal, but
That'll change
like,
their
Themis,
loyalty real fast.
You'd have to get through the force field.
I know, that was the other part of that I was... So I'm moving away, moving past them. I guess and I was trying to think of exactly what I would say to Themis. I'm not really sure how to put it into like actual like in-character speech, but while chaos is in itself like a way that the world, like it's already kind of a natural like part of the world that exists, but the point of our existence as you know, conscious beings is to like kind of create stability in chaos, and that's what leads the world, you know, how we live, basically, kind of like our purpose. I don't know, it was kind of like
your purpose is your own, not your god's will.
Yeah,
Why give in like this?
Yeah,
Even through that chaos, there is order, there is a chain.
yeah. Thank you for helping me describe that.
What do you want to roll for that?
I was gonna suggest nature. I was trying to frame it in a nature.
Yeah.
Okay,
mindset.
Go ahead and roll nature.
Thank you. I really appreciate you allowing me to not have to actually give it words.
I mean,
only
this
got
is
an
a
11.
show that is all words, but
But you know what I mean? Like, putting it in character speak. I was only an 11 as it was.
with an 11, she says, "That might be your purpose, but mine is different. I have a higher calling than you." And it is not going to do loyalty damage.
That's fine.
You want it to wild shape, yeah?
I'm a mouse on the outside.
Okay, that's totally fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Do you
End
want
turn.
to release the spirit yet?
Can I do that?
Yeah, it's kind of been a free action.
It's a free action. Okay, so I won't be doing it right now because I like my invisibility. But that will be something that comes up. Yes.
Okay. So next up is Cedric, and Leo, I think you noticed Cedric in like some boxes above you, and you see him like poised and ready to pounce, and as he leaps from the shelves and stabs down with his needle on that floating, hovering drone, and he is going to make an attack on the drone,
What a legend.
making it with advantage because he was hidden.
Beat his ass, baby. Beat his ass.
That is going to be a 22 to hit, which definitely hits.
That's my boy.
He's going to do some sneak attack damage, if I can find my d6s. 14 points of piercing damage to this one.
Nice. Good little mouse.
Good little man.
Good little
mouse.
Yes.
And then he is going to
Stab him.
make a second attack. Not with advantage this time. And that is going to miss.
Oh, damn. This little mouse is at least level 5.
However, he does miss with that second attack.
Damage.
That is going to bring us to Hesk.
Leo could never.
Hesk
Woo!
looks upon this scene of the drones flying around, Themis holding out, maintaining concentration on this cauldron. He looks out, sees Snøfrid. He senses at least Artemis, who is within that 10 feet, if not also Renald. And you see the mechanical dragon go up on its back haunches, breathing in, and is going to breath weapon the 3 of you.
That's okay. It has to do oil first, right?
Oh, it's got an upgrade, my friend.
Ion cannon, no! We're going molecular now.
First off, we got odds or evens of which kind of breath weapon it is. Because this
What?
Oh yeah, chaos, baby.
Oh, right.
There's a
Yeah,
1.
that's their thing.
A 1 is a cone.
Oh, with I see.
Fire.
Oh.
That's okay. A cone would hit Themis as well, surely.
You can turn a cone.
Irma, but Irma is in that, not Themis, but...
Oh.
Am
I see, yes.
I'm in the cone? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're the first one in line. So I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save for a breath weapon?
Yep.
What? Why is it gotta be wisdom? That's my worst one.
Tell me about it.
Oh my god.
I had a 19, so.
Okay, that's a success.
A 6.
That's a fail.
22.
That's a success.
What did we
All right.
expect?
Renald. You are now confused for 4 rounds.
Oh my god.
Confusion breath weapon is pretty funny.
4?
Are you kidding me?
I rolled max on the die. 4 rounds.
4 rounds? That's crazy.
Or am I?
That would have been bad. Enter the dragon confused.
Oh my god. All right. We are confused. What that mean?
Themis is kind of looking around, trying to maintain concentration on the spell, but seeing the different members of the party kind of just appearing out of nowhere as their concentration or the spirit on their invisibility is being broken. She is losing a little bit of faith in her ability to finish this potion on time as we move into round 3. But before we do that, we'll see you next week.
Oh, no!
No!
10 years!
I know
Oh
that.
my god.
Woo!
Has any
why
damage
would
been
you
dealt
hurt
out
us?
this fight other than by a little mouse?
Yes, excuse you.
No?
I did 5 points to the computer. And that's it.
I hit the dragon, I hit Themis, I hit Irma, I hit the
Oh,
drone.
I just missed that completely.
Oh, just like all of Leo's attacks.
Just not paying enough attention. Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. If you want to see the conclusion of this fight, maybe it will happen next week. But in the meantime, just
Maybe.
well, who knows? Maybe everybody will die. Maybe they won't. Does anyone have anything they want to plug?
I guess my Twitch. No, I'm
You
kidding.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Majora's Rose. And my personal stuff at Rachel Kordell. Thanks.
linktr.ee/Tintenseher. Check out my itch.io and my new one-page RPG, Save the Date, where you and your friends will take on the mantle of a wedding party tasked with saving your friend's wedding from, you know, drunk relatives, groom is
I
missing.
really want to play that. It sounds like so much fun.
Dress has been torn up, aliens crashed into the reception.
Ooh.
You know, good
A
times.
bear.
You know, classic wedding things. Go ahead and keep an eye out for Ava and Eli Forever, as well as Blue Hundreds, as we are hopefully going to be delving into filming those within the next couple months, which means that they might be out within the end of the year, perhaps. Who knows?
That's awesome.
Depends on how long editing stuff takes and how long it takes us to lock down locations, but we're finally, hopefully, getting into filming that.
Yeah.
I like the big sky.
You guys ever thought about how cool dragons are? They're just like these big, powerful creatures that like fly around, do magic, all this
Yeah.
other crazy stuff and
I think
whatnot.
about that
And there's so
a lot.
many
Like a
kinds.
lot. I don't think I go more than 20 minutes without thinking about some big, dumb, strong dragon.
Yeah.
And, like, wyverns, don't have
knucking up the
arms?
place. Exactly, yeah.
Worms don't have anything?
Yeah, leave us a review. That'll make you feel like a dragon every day.
You want to be a dragon?
Do you hoard your reviews on Apple Podcasts? Well, why not add us to your hoard?
Yeah.
There you go, tying it all together,
Yeah.
There
Casey.
you go. That's so cute.
Add this podcast to your hoard because we might not be the shiniest, but we're lovable.
Yeah, we're
got
pretty
heart.
shiny.
Yeah, we're
Pretty shiny.
polished. Jonas does a good job polishing it.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
Waiting on
Jonas
you.
is giving me this weird face.
Well,
like the self-deprecation.
Usually, like, we
seems
interrupt. Like, I
counterproductive.
interrupt something.
Yeah, why are you saying dragons are dumb? You were just saying they were so cool and big
I
and
mean,
strong.
have you ever seen a white dragon's intelligence stat? It's pretty dumb.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's like a person.
It's a regular
It's
human.
like a 6. It's terrible.
It's not.
It's
though.
10.
I'm pretty sure it's
Well, but why are you just equating our listeners to white dragons as opposed to all dragons? I feel like they
Also,
should be able
white
to pick
dragons
their-
are evil.
Yeah, why's the dragon gotta be white?
Oh,
Why's the dragon
no.
gotta be white?
No, I'm just confused.
Goodbye.
Why can't they be a beautiful brass dragon who can breathe lightning and swim in the sea?
No, our listeners, big old dummies. All of them.